I'm Natalie Gautier, and I was such a blessing for me to even go on this trip because I didn't know I was going till like 2.5 weeks before, but I was provided a scholarship, and I was so glad that I got to go, and God just was with us the entire trip, and it was just a blessing for me to go. I'm going to tell you about basically what we did each morning. So we'd get ready, and we'd have breakfast, and we'd all meet down there, and then we would go to a different school each day. Monday through Thursday were the primary schools, which was like 5th grade and below, and Friday was the secondary school, which was 6th grade and up. And once we got there, we all set up this whole stage, pretty much. We brought a lot of this stuff with us. Media team, people helped out, and so yay, shout out to the media team. I love you guys. And so we would all set up and chip in and set up the stage so that we could sing. And we were going into their public schools just to share the love of the Lord. And sometimes we'd have workshops before we would sing. But in the primary schools, from Monday through Thursday, 5th grade and below, they would actually have an assembly where they wouldn't have class. Would come out of their classrooms and where we'd set up, and we'd sing and show through our actions and the love of the Lord, and just and also through our songs, just try to show to them the reason that we are there, and the reason, and tell them that God loves them. And it was just a joy to be able to share that with them. And then we'd go and do the workshops, and we'd also do Stomp, and the reactions to that were always interesting. But that's pretty much what we did in the primary schools. But in the secondary school, which was basically the high school, it was a little different. They didn't have an assembly where they all had to come to listen. It was, if they wanted to come, they could come and watch us. And so some of us had gone into some classrooms before, but some of us were going afterwards. So if they were just there's people from America if you want to go hear them sing. And apparently they weren't expecting very many people to show up, but we were in their gym or their auditorium where they had chairs set up, and we had set up that morning, and it was packed full, and it was their lunch hour, and they just wanted to come and hear us sing, and we invited them back that night if they would want to come. But that's pretty much what we did in the mornings, was just we went through what we were up here and just sharing the love of the Lord to the people.
Right. Hi, guys. I'm Whitney Keithley. I'm going to share with you what we did during the PM services. It was a lot different than the morning services. With the morning services, it was kind of like a fun time. Everyone got excited, clapping their hands. But when it got to the evening services and you saw the people who came because they wanted to come, it was pretty evident that the Lord showed up. And it was such a blessing to me. And it was just great. We sang all of our songs, but I think the greatest part was after the concerts. We got to go speak with everyone and say hi. And one experience I had was a youth from the church, I guess she was probably about 16, came up to me, and she went to church, and she was like, "I want to tell you that you guys have encouraged me so much in my faith." And I just wanted to say, you encourage me, because I'm going to cry, I'm sorry. Because in their schools, there's no Christians, and I can't imagine being one of the only Christians in my high school. Woo! Sorry, I can't talk without crying. But it was such a blessing to me, and they'll never know how much they encouraged me to be bold, being the minority in their school, and that was just amazing to me. And I think Joey's going to come share so I can stop crying.
I'm Joey, like she said, and I'm talking about the PM service as well. It was, I believe, the second to last concert we had in Scotland, and I was looking in the crowds, and as we were singing, and I was just like, let us touch at least one person. And right when I said that, we ended, and I was just walking to the back, and this big old well, I can't even say it now. He was from Ireland, so you know. Irish, there we go. I'm part Irish, so. And, well, he, like, stops me, and I was like, all right. And he was like, awesome. And he was like, well, I enjoyed your little concert. And I was like, thank you. And, well, then he got all serious, and he was saying that when he was little, he also went to church, and he was moving from Ireland to Scotland when he lost two of his closest people he had to himself. And ever since then, he turned away from God. And he was saying throughout our singing, he randomly remembered memory verses that he remembered way back when he went to church. And he's saying that it's probably about time that he starts going back. And I was like, yeah. Sorry. And all right. And I believe that my aunt afterwards, after I talked to him, and she sat him down with one of the preachers that was there, and they exchanged phone numbers, and hopefully it goes well from there. So.
We all have days that didn't go as we planned. But as Christians, God promises us that this world is only temporary. We live in that promise.
Been a hard one, been a bad one, been a tough one, been a sad one. It's been one of those days that keeps chipping away at my heart.
Nothing new here, it's what I do here. It's a stereotypical day in the life. I'm surrounded by all of the pain and the strife, but I know it's alright. Whoa, whoa.
'Cause it's only the world I'm living in. It's only today I've been given. There ain't no way I'm giving in. 'Cause it's only the world. I know the best is still yet to come. 'Cause even when my days in the world are done, there'll be so much more than only the world for me. Anybody, can you hear me? Do you feel me?
I mean, do you feel me?
I know I'm not the only one wearing the weight of this world.
We got problems.
That is alright.
Remember,
Yeah, it's alright.
take a good look around. We're just stuck on the ground for a little while.